What do you get when a Hollywood icon, a royal dropout, and a viral pregnancy dance video collide in the weirdest PR mess of the year? You get Meghan Markle, back in the headlines, and not in the way her team probably hoped. This time, she's feuding with Brooke Shields, yes, that Brooke Shields, over a joke that turned into a media storm. A simple panel discussion spiraled into whispers of censorship, ego clashes, and yet another episode of Why is Meghan always the center of chaos? And just when the drama peaked, boom, a video of Meghan dancing while pregnant suddenly floods, pushed by fan accounts and PR-friendly pages. Harmless? Not quite. Because instead of applause, it triggered old rumors Meghan's been trying to bury for years, from fake bump theories to wild surrogacy conspiracies. But that's just the beginning. This isn't just celebrity gossip. This is a full-blown crisis of credibility. A rebrand attempt that's spiraling out of control. And at the center of it all is one very public question. What does Meghan Markle actually want to be? A victim, a mogul, or a headline? Stay tuned, because we're breaking it all down. The feud, the fallout, and the viral video that might have backfired harder than anything she's ever done before. And trust me, the twist at the end? Meghan didn't see it coming. So let's rewind to where this all started. South by Southwest 2024. A tech and media festival known for bold ideas and bigger egos. And Meghan Markle showed up ready to reclaim the spotlight. She was a featured guest on a women's empowerment panel, sharing the stage with several prominent figures, including none other than actress and activist Brooke Shields. Now, Meghan did what she always does when she's trying to generate buzz. She pulled out her favorite anecdote, the childhood dish soap commercial story. Yes, that one again. The story where young Meghan supposedly wrote to Procter & Gamble to complain about a sexist ad that said, "Women all over America are fighting." Her letter campaign got the ad changed, or so the story goes. And it's been a staple in Meghan's public image ever since. She's told this story on Ellen, on her Netflix docuseries, in interviews, on stage, on podcasts. It's essentially her origin myth, the moment she says she realized she had a voice and could make a difference. But at SXSW, something felt different. Meghan recited the story with that familiar, polished delivery. Calm, calculated, camera ready. But before she could finish soaking in the applause, Brooke Shields chimed in with a bit of dry, self-aware humor. Shields casually mentioned that while Meghan was fighting for clean dishes as a child, she was starring in Pretty Baby, playing a 12-year-old girl forced into prostitution. It was blunt, it was raw, but it was also honest. Brooke wasn't attacking Meghan. She was highlighting the very different realities young girls face, including her own traumatic entry into fame. The audience laughed awkwardly. Meghan did not. In fact, Meghan's face said it all. Her smile froze. Her body language shifted. She looked caught off guard, maybe even a little irritated. And within hours, the internet pounced. Clips circulated on Twitter and TikTok. Some viewers accused Brooke of undermining Meghan's message. Others defended her for keeping it real and bringing perspective. The tabloids ran wild with headlines like Brooke Shields humiliates Meghan Markle on stage, and royal awkwardness explodes at SXSW. Was it really a feud? Not yet, but it planted a seed. And that seed grew into something much bigger when Brooke decided to tell her side of the story a few weeks later. And that's where things really started to spiral. Just when you thought the SXSW moment would quietly fade into the background, Brooke Shields decided to speak up. And that's when things really got messy. A few weeks after the panel, Brooke appeared on a podcast hosted by none other than India Hicks, a British designer, writer, and yes, a distant relative of the royal family. For context, India is the goddaughter of Prince Charles and a woman who still moves in some very elite royal-adjacent circles. So this wasn't just any podcast appearance. This was someone who understands the delicate game of reputation and press control that comes with royalty. During the conversation, India asked Brooke about the SXSW panel. Brooke didn't trash Meghan. She didn't insult her, but she did admit, pretty candidly, that Meghan's dish soap story felt a little too rehearsed, a little too precious, as she put it. Brooke noted how many times Meghan had told it, how neatly it always seemed to land, and suggested, diplomatically, that perhaps the story had lost its original authenticity through overuse. Seems harmless, right? Not in Meghan's world, because within days of the podcast going live, everything changed. Meghan's fans went nuclear. Social media lit up with accusations that Brooke was jealous, bitter, or trying to overshadow Meghan's advocacy. Brooke Shields started trending, and not in the flattering way. Some of Meghan's most hardcore supporters accused Brooke of tone policing, of dismissing another woman's lived experience, of, wait for it, internalized misogyny. And then, just like that, the podcast disappeared, deleted from Spotify, vanished from Apple Podcasts, gone from India Hick's website. No explanation, no apology, just silence, which of course only made the situation explode even more. Because when something disappears from the internet without warning, people start asking questions, loud questions. Did Meghan's team demand it be taken down? Was there legal pressure? A behind-the-scenes call to Hicks with a gentle reminder about loyalty and discretion? India never confirmed or denied what happened. She's remained tight-lipped, which only fueled speculation that this wasn't just damage control, but an example of Meghan trying to control the narrative. Again, to many, this confirmed what critics have been saying for years. Meghan doesn't just manage her image, she micromanages it. And if someone as beloved and respected as Brooke Shields can't speak candidly without triggering a full-blown crisis and quiet censorship, it raises a very real question. What exactly is Meghan? So afraid people might hear? The deleted episode became the story. The silence became louder than the podcast itself. And Meghan, whether she intended to or not, came off not as a victim, but as someone who couldn't take even the gentlest of critique. And unfortunately, for her, this wouldn't be the only PR disaster coming her way that month. So why would Meghan, someone who constantly preaches kindness, compassion, and women supporting women, find herself at odds with Brooke Shields, of all people? Why would a passing comment and a deleted podcast trigger full-blown damage? Control, because for Meghan Markle, conflict isn't just a coincidence, it's a strategy. Let's be honest, Meghan's entire public image is built on the idea of being misunderstood, misrepresented, and mistreated. It's the foundation of the brand. From the moment she stepped into the royal spotlight, her story has been told through a lens of injustice. Whether it's the British press, her own family, the palace staff, or former co-workers, someone is always trying to silence her, betray her, or tear her down. And in every one of those stories, Meghan is the victim, the truth teller, the underdog, the one who rises above it all. That's not just a coincidence, that's a PR blueprint, one that works to a point. Just look at the pattern. She had a very public war with Piers Morgan, who built an entire career out of attacking her. Then came the Spotify fallout, where Meghan was allegedly labeled not a great talent by top execs. Add in the feud with the royal family, especially Kate Middleton, and now we're seeing that same formula being applied to Brooke Shields. It's like Meghan's team is always one step away from handing out Villain of the Month awards. Why? Because controversy keeps Meghan relevant. It fuels headlines, it generates clicks. It gives her something to overcome in the next interview, the next panel, the next podcast. As long as she's in battle mode, the public is watching. And for someone trying to build a media empire, attention equals power. But here's the problem. People are starting to notice the pattern. It's not shocking anymore. It's expected, predictable. The public knows that when Meghan's name trends, it's not because of a groundbreaking project or a powerful initiative. It's because she's in another feud. And if every single interaction she has ends in drama, eventually people stop asking, why are they attacking her? And start wondering, what's the common denominator here? Link Lauren summed it up perfectly. Meghan's brand thrives on tension. She needs an antagonist to survive the news cycle. But the danger of that strategy is simple. You can only cry victim so many times before the audience stops playing along. And right now, even her most loyal defenders are starting to ask, where's the substance? Behind the scenes, industry insiders are reportedly fed up. Meghan's projects come with more baggage than buzz. Agencies don't want to deal with her media restrictions. Studios are wary of signing someone whose name sparks online drama, but not actual viewership. Multiple execs, off the record, have said they're tired of being handed no-go lists whenever Meghan is involved. Add to that the lack of results from past deals, like the now-defunct Spotify contract, and you've got a Hollywood reputation that's rapidly cooling. Let's talk about Meghan's soft launch lifestyle brand, or what many are calling the jam jar disaster. On Valentine's Day, Meghan's team hand-delivered just 50 jars of raspberry jam to influencers. There was no website, no product info, just blurry Instagram photos, unclear charity links, and a vague idea that this was the beginning of some big, wholesome brand. But instead of excitement, it sparked memes. People joked about $400 toast, the lack of transparency, and Meghan's attempt to become the next Gwyneth Paltrow without the credibility. In short, it didn't land. So what's next? According to recent trademark filings and leaks, Meghan plans to relaunch the TIG, her old lifestyle blog. But this time, it'll come with a paid newsletter, a curated product line, and, wait for it, a Netflix cooking show. Think Sussex Martha Stewart. But there's a credibility gap. After years of super-controlled media appearances and calculated branding, does anyone believe Meghan is about to show us her real kitchen, her real life? Link Lauren says no. And based on the public's lukewarm reaction so far, he might be right. Then came the video that had everyone asking, wait, what? A clip resurfaced on TikTok of Meghan dancing, or kind of twerking, while heavily pregnant. The timing? Days after the Brooke Shields feud went viral. Coincidence? Doubtful. Sussex fan pages started pushing it hard, trying to recenter the narrative on Meghan's joy and motherhood. But rather than a viral win, it triggered a very different reaction. Instead of praise, the video reignited long-dormant rumors about Meghan's pregnancies. Everything. From bump padding to surrogacy conspiracies. Comment sections filled with speculation. Some pointed out how awkward Harry looked in the clip, like he wasn't in on the PR stunt. And just like that, what was supposed to be a sweet distraction turned into yet another credibility crisis. Meghan can't seem to escape the ghosts of past scandals, even when trying to go feel-good viral. Ironically, the person who walks away winning from all of this is Brooke Shields. Her podcast downloads spiked, her memoir shot up the Amazon charts, and fans flooded her social media with praise. It's what the internet calls the Streisand effect. Try to bury something, and you only make it louder. In trying to silence a mild jab from a respected actress, Meghan may have accidentally boosted her critics' brand while tanking her own. So here's the big question. Is Meghan's rebrand doomed? Link Lauren thinks the stunts need to stop. No more viral videos, no more curated feuds. What Meghan really needs now is a win, a real one. A successful product, a hit show, or a public moment that isn't about controversy. Because if she doesn't pivot fast, even her most loyal followers might stop paying attention. And when controversy becomes your whole brand, eventually, people just change the channel. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are we witnessing the collapse of the Meghan Markle brand, or just the latest messy chapter in a very public reinvention? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.